Hello, welcome to the Fiat House Chapel here in Lawrence in this crazy time with this coronavirus that is really part of all our conversation, all our context. I know many of you ask how our sisters in Italy are doing, how our families in Italy are doing, and none of the sisters or our relatives is currently sick with this virus, but we do know people that are got the virus. Some are on ICU. One of our priest friend actually passed away. So the situation is really very severe. Everybody is locked into the houses, and this has been going on for over a month. Everything started in Italy even before Lent. So what is now picking up here has been going on in Italy for a longer time. So we definitely ask for everybody's prayer, and we know that you are praying for everybody involved. It's really kind of stressful time. But as Christian, we know that none of this is just a coincidence or nonsense. We know this is Lent, and Lent is always a time of purification, a time of preparation, a time of transformation. And every time the church invites us to pick up some of the practices through prayer, fasting, almsgiving. And this year the Lord is making everything very easy for us. I don't mean to be sarcastic, but truly this coronavirus is providing for us circumstances that automatically invites us to enter into a space of purification, of transformation. And so I desire to just share with you something that could be useful for your own personal journey and for the people that you are mentoring at this time. The situation is such that we are forced to slow down. We cannot do everything that we always do, or at least we cannot do things the same way we have always done them. And it's kind of imposed on us by circumstances, by the law, by rules, by statements that are given to us. And we can fight this, or we can yield to the process and recognize that God is in it. And one of the things that I think is a great opportunity that is given to us is the time that is in our hand. How many times we hear people saying, I don't have time for this, sister, I don't have time. Well, now we do have a lot of time, perhaps even too much time. So what can we do with this time? Well, certainly let's continue to pick up our prayer life, to even maybe increase our prayer time, to perhaps pick up a different devotion that we can do. Or when we, now that we can go to Mass, we might follow on a live stream Mass. Just make sure to follow Mass from the beginning of end. We are not watching Masses with a cafeteria mindset. I'm going to get the homily from Father Baron over here. I'm going to listen to Father so-and-so here that I like. And then we are not really following Mass even. We are just kind of hopping here and there, this great Catholic material out there. So be very attentive, very intentional, and follow and pray, uniting ourselves in the sacrifice of Christ, and making particular good use of the spiritual communion, the practice that we have been encouraged to do as a way to receive spiritually the presence of the Lord. With the time that we have in our hands, we can also grow in our own formation, spiritual formation, but also intellectual formation, even beside the specific theological formation. There are plenty of universities putting online classes out there for free. What a great opportunity that we can have to use wisely our time. Last but not least, and that's what I want to put more emphasis on, is give this time for intentional conversation. There is not like any better opportunity than this one. We are not running into each other at all. We are not, with this social distancing, we are distanced from each other. We are not bumping into each other at all. We need to be even more intentional in reaching out. This is the time when we pick up the phone and call a friend, that we call a relative, that we call somebody that we desire intentionally to be in conversation with. And the conversation itself is going to be intentional. You can't really just talk about the weather or about the coronavirus. Just pick a topic and have a very good intentional conversation. Again, there is a lot of time. Again, there are a lot of opportunities, but we need to be intentional about it. So I want to leave you with this desire, and also with a little bit of a recommendation. One thing not to do in this time is to complain. So please, please, please do not be people of complaining. Complaining is a failure in recognizing the presence of God in our life. So we should indeed be joyful because the Lord is with us. And this is always the good news that we carry within ourselves and we want to share with others. Have a great rest of the Lent in this crazy coronavirus season. God bless you.